Yo, what's up? It's your boy One Deeper. This is how to create videos for YouTube with those little visualizers you've seen on like Trap Nation or Monster Cat back in the day. I've personally been having a lot of issues with SoundCloud and uploading my remixes there. They keep getting taken down, where YouTube will let me keep them up, but you have to do this extra step of making videos. So this will take probably like 20-30 minutes at most, but you can twiddle with it, make it as unique as you like, and spend as much time. But yeah, here's what it looks like before we dive too deep.
Girl, I turn that thing into a rainforest. Rain on my head.
You get the idea. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is go to Vizio.io. This is a tool that will make this a lot easier. Oops, typed the wrong thing. So be mindful on this website is the first thing I'll say to you. It's a great tool, but they'll make you turn off ad block, and they have a bunch of these ads hidden around this homepage. So don't download any of this stuff. Just go straight up here to editor. So go to editor, close that. You don't want any of these ads. Depends who you are, maybe you do, but either way, it'll give you a default template to start with. So this default template looks something like this. And I'll give you a quick little rundown of the tool. The first thing you're probably going to want to do is to create your project name and save it. I will call this YouTube video 2 or 1. Let's do 1. And hit enter on there. Go to file up here and do save as new, and it will save it for you. So that's a good place to start. Now, when it comes to customizing the visualizer itself, you'll see over here there's the compositions tab. Think of these as layers, and inside these layers you're going to want to have your 2D stuff separate, your 3D stuff separate, and then also it's good to have your background separate. I would just make a new folder almost for each thing that you do, just because I think I've had weird issues messing with this stuff. So I'm going to show you quick the 2D spectrum thing. These are the presets it comes with. You could even do the classic Trap Nation if you want to. Real trap shit, you know. But I think the most important thing here is you're going to want to put your own audio in here, even though it comes with some audio. So click on this choose audio button here. It'll pull up your file explorer if you're on Mac. I don't know what that looks like. I don't mess with Macs. I mean, they're cool, but not for me. So I just have this pulled up here. If you don't know how to export your music, that's a whole separate thing, but export your audio from your DAW, get it in a folder that you know, and browse to it, and we'll analyze the audio here. Here's that song I was just showing you. And just like that, you have like a really simple visualizer to start. Now, some cool ones I'll show you guys. There's this triangle. I've been using this one lately. I like these little bars. So I'll show you guys how to move some stuff around and customize this to make this your own, so you can put your own song in here. So the positioning and size tab here, you can see your text position or texture position. It's 0, 0. That's the center of the screen. So if I want to put this at the bottom, I will change the Y value, if you know an XY plane, to 500, and that will bring me down. If I did -500, it would bring me up, which you can't see, but yeah, that's how that works. It's kind of weird, but that's how it is. And now we have it at the bottom. Now that's pretty cool. Now the next thing that you could do to personalize this is you can mess with the particles as well. They have different size particles. They're like, the particles are those things that are moving, and they also go to the beat, which is cool. You could get rid of them if you don't like them. It's personal taste, and you could change the color of them. For example, like if I want to make them red, right, if that's your aesthetic. You know, this is where you have fun, this is where you experiment, this is where you make the video your own. Just think of it as like an extension of the creative process of making music, is making the visualizer of it. And now there's tools to make it easy, so let's keep going here. When it comes to image, if you are a graphic artist and you can have fun doing the background image yourself, if you want to be quick and easy, I think it's fine to use AI to generate a photo, and I personally like to use Google Gemini for that. Their Nano Banana 2 right now is pretty cool, makes some cool stuff. If you go to Flow and you connect to your Google account here, you'll see new projects, and let's say we create a new project here, right? So you want to make sure you have these settings right. If you go to image, and I want a landscape, let's have it make 2 images, and we'll do it on Nano Banana 2. This will make us a new image. Now this is where you can have fun with the prompt and write something. I'm saying art style, so I say abstract, for example. You could say like postmodern, whatever type of art you like. So I like an abstract. I like to say it has fractals in it, and I'll say the colors I want. Real quick, I wrote a quick prompt that said make me this image, and it will load, and I will come back when it's done. While this is happening, you know, go clean up your house or something. So this is interesting, right? To put font on it. If you want font on it, like cool, you could tell it what to write. Let's just say I'll do remove the words, please. It'll generate again. So that one messed up pretty bad, and that was just wonky, so I made a new one. I'll show you what actually happened if you're curious here. So I told it to remove the words, and it sent me a picture of this. So big shout out. AI is not perfect, you need to remember that, but use with caution as always. Here's something I've generated previously, so we'll just pull this up. Let's say I think this is cool, right? What I could do is download it here, and I like to do 2K upscale and just get the highest quality you can. So we'll do that. I want to talk quick about folder structure. I think it's super important. Make sure when you save stuff to have it in the right folder, and I recommend having a folder for your videos. And for example, I'll make a new folder here. This is my second take, so I'll call this take 2. And I will put the file in here, make sure to name your file, save that bad boy, and now we will have that on our file system. I'll pull it up here so you can see sicko mode. Now let's go back to Vizio, and over here where you see image, you can click upload. So we'll upload our image there, and I'll just go to my home folder. It should be the last thing. I know that's the file because I named it. It will upload here. Give it a second, and cool. Now we have a background. So yeah, that's kind of cool. And now what we want to do is you want to add text. Now you could use AI to add text too, but I'll show you how to do it in the Vizio tool. So I did that kind of quick there, but what I did is press this plus sign here, and I added a new layer. So I added a new layer with this plus sign. I should probably rename the layer to be something like text. And I have my text here, and so when I click on it, you can see on the right side that I can edit it. So I'll put song name, so you can follow as an example, and you can put artist name, and you can put whatever you want here. So this is like super bland and stuff. Don't love these fonts, but you can do something that you might like. Let's say we want to do this, but the white isn't working. You change the color to black at least. And you have a hard time seeing that, you could add a drop shadow. So we'll enable that, and we'll change that color to white. Now it doesn't look perfect, so I think it's too thick. So I would adjust this offset, let's say to 2, this to 2, and the blurs looks fine as 1. So yeah, you can put your text like that, and then you could go over to positioning. You could move it to the top right, for example. So let's say I did like 400 is probably too much. Let's say 350 to the right. That was what that would do. If you had the negative 350, it would be to the left. And the Y, let's say I do negative 300 or negative 350 as well. Cool. And now my thing's up there. I can, let's say the black's not standing, black's not standing out enough. I could always change the color to something. Maybe try to match the color. I don't know if there's one of those paintbrush things in here. I haven't really looked, but I don't know, something like that. And I could change my drop shadow to black maybe. Yeah, this looks a little bit better. So yeah, you could do something like that, and then you'd have a little video.
I'm her transportation, 'cause I let her ride while I drive her crazy.
Oh, last thing, of course, is you're going to want to export this. So you hit File, and you'll hit Export. There's some file size limitations. You can't do too crazy with the quality, and this runs locally on your machine as well, so your computer might get like hot, and yeah, just be wary of that. So what you'll do here is you'll render out the resolution. I do as low as 1080p, as high as 4K. 1440p is a nice midpoint. You could do 60 frames or 30 frames. 60 is always better. The bigger the frames, the bigger the resolution, the bigger the file size. It depends how much you care about that. But yeah, then you'd click export. I'm not going to do it because I have this video, and that's about it. From there, honestly, you'll go to YouTube and you'll upload your video. I could show that really quick. So when you open up YouTube, you go to your channel, hit create up here, upload video. Pretty simple. Select your file, know where your file is. Let's see if I just have a test file somewhere. Sure, let's say this is my file. I'll upload it there. And then you just put your song name or artist name, song name. Put a little description, put your socials in there, and I also recommend putting a link to something called Hype Edit. What you can do here is upload the MP3 version of your song for free and let people download it. So since you can't do anything with it, you might as well let people download it, and you can put that behind a download gate if you would like. So you say, hey, subscribe to me on YouTube, you can download the song. Kind of a fair trade in my opinion, so recommend doing that as well, along with links to all your socials and everything like that. But yeah, hope you learned something today, and if you did, press that like, hit subscribe. I'm trying to make more videos. Let me know if you guys like stuff like this or have any more questions. Leave it in the comments below. All right, appreciate you guys. Peace out. Bye.